Okay, Ailey and Dad here.
Hi, I was earlier eating an apple with cheese.
Okay, so today we're talking about business, right?
Yep.
And Ailey was talking to me and she said, "What are you doing?" And I was working on some accounting stuff for the business. And so we started talking about income, right? What is income, Ailey?
Income is money coming in.
Money coming in. That's right. Okay. What is an expense? An expense?
I don't know what expenses.
It's okay. Income is money coming in. Expenses?
Expense is when you owe someone money for something that you need, like your heat or your gas or your water bill.
Right, so that's money going out, right?
Yeah.
So if income is money coming in, it's what's called income.
Expense is money coming out.
Expense is money going or coming out, right? But because X means to go out in Latin, right? So we said that income minus expense leaves either what? Right.
Profit.
And what happens? That's when profit is when your income
is greater than your expense.
Correct.
Which
and
usually
what leaves you with?
Profit.
Yay. Profit is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
All right. But what happens if your expense is greater than your income?
You take a loss and then you don't have enough money for stuff, and then it makes cut down your gas, heat bill, get that. Well, the thing with your water bill just gets bigger.
That's a loss. Right. So income minus expense gives you either a profit or a loss. Right?
Right.
Okay. So we talked about that, and I was like, oh, yeah. So income minus expense, she got that. But what happens to the stuff after the income comes in? It's either an asset. What's an asset? This is how it's spelled. Asset looks like this. Asset is basically something you have.
Yeah.
It's like property.
Like these gummies.
Those gummies?
No.
Things you have. Now, you can use income to get these things you have, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you may borrow to get the thing you have, right?
Yeah, like a loan.
Like a loan, that's right. And if you borrow, or the back part of borrow is owe, so let's write borrow. When you owing, I wrote it on the back of borrow, so it doesn't come out very strong, but that's called a liability. That's a big giant word. But remember you talked about a bill?
Yeah.
Maybe liability is short, bill is short for maybe liability. Maybe that's a good way to think about it. Liability. So if you take your assets, right?
Yeah.
And subtract all the liabilities,
Yeah.
you have what's left, and that's called either net worth or equity.
Yeah.
Equity is really the good term for it. So let's just quickly talk about it. When money comes in, that's called
Income.
And then when you have to spend the money, that's called expense, correct? Right. And then if you take your cash income, which is an asset in and of itself, and pay out all the liabilities and account for those liabilities, then what do you have left? Your
Equity.
So that's just the very basics of business.
Yeah.
So that's Dad and Ailey giving you a quick tip on how to think about business in a very basic sense, right? What are you about to show them?
I'm about to show them glue dancing.
Glue dancing will take this lesson out of here. Everybody have a good day. You gonna tell everybody have a good day?
Have a good day and eat apples.
Eat apples. That's apple a day keeps the doctor away.